Buccaneers. Two 1-1 teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in Week 3. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Just like that, it's a gain of 12 and a first down on their first play.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, this defense for the Buccaneers, much improved from Week 1. They were terrific last week in getting their guys their first win of the season.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
And this is caught. Mercedes Lewis with a grab.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Now swing pass for Dillon. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
And again, it's Rodgers. Out of the backfield, this is Aaron Jones.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
First drive of the game. We did see this in practice, didn't we? Because they allowed us to stay and watch and see what their opening script would be, even though we don't know the exact play calls. That looks a lot like what we saw them execute, doesn't it?
It really does. And in practice, it wasn't about a lot of big shots on that opening drive. They wanted to put together a series of plays, sustain it. They've done that. The defense now on their heels a little.
That they are. And you know what else is happening now? They're gaining information. They're gaining knowledge about how the defense is planning on playing them. So not only are they being successful on this drive, they're filing things away for future drives in this game.
And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2.
Here's where we need to see some tenacity from this defense, because they've been pushed right down the field on this opening drive. They've got to find some way to push back, and that's a good first step.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. 9th play now, this long opening drive. Can they cash it in on 3rd and goal? To throw, it's Rodgers. Touchdown! Mercedes Lewis, his 4th touchdown on the year.
And the Packers are on the board first here on the road in Tampa.
Crosby connects on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. First and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there.
Rip. Let's go, Bandit.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. That run's successful in large part because they had a lot of extra help blocking up front.
Yeah, you've got guys who can do that very, very well. In addition, they can catch the football. So sometimes when they line up with 3 tight ends, it's not necessarily to run it. And that gives you an advantage when you do decide to barrel off the line of scrimmage and block people downfield.
That throw by Brady incomplete.
The Bucs at 1-1 through 2 games thus far. It's not a start that's going to set the world on fire, but they've been pretty solid nonetheless.
And the first thing that crosses my mind, it certainly beats the alternative of starting 0-2. I do think that this is a team that's going to take a little time to find its footing. Hard to navigate the always tough NFL.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Brady. It's caught by Mike Evans. Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And his top speed, as computed by Next Gen Stats, 21.6 miles per hour.
Extra point up and good by Suckup. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work. Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
A really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one. And when he made that catch for a first down, the first thing that broke into my mind, respect. He's still at it at a really demanding position. Broke into the NFL in 2006 and is still highly productive.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
On play action, now Rodgers. Dancing to his left.
Completed out left to Dobbs.
And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 21. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Had the offense humming on the first drive. Not much has changed here on drive number 2.
No, and I think a lot of times confidence just really kicks in for a team. They may have been confident going into the game, but once you prove it on a drive, it's hard to get out of that mindset, isn't it? And look, let's face it, we can always lock in on the skill position, guys. Those big fellas up front, they're really making this offense go early in the game.
Quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now Rodgers. And it's caught. And it's a Packers touchdown. 2 touchdown passes now here in this first quarter for Aaron Rodgers.
And the Packers have taken the lead.
Crosby with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started.
And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments to prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively. Second down, back to Fournette.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Regular.
Throwing is Brady on third down. Looking for Evans, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage.
And the Packers are going to take possession of the football.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
And quickly out wide, this is Watson.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
To throw is Rodgers. And incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Rodgers. Flush to his right. Open man, this is Lewis. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Mercedes Lewis with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year.
And the Packers have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
Extra point try now for Crosby. It's good, and it is now 21-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to want to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
On play action, now Brady. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Devondre Campbell, nice play to get in there and drop him.
Well, if the goal is to get back into this game, the offense is certainly moving in the wrong direction. This is certainly a case where one team needs big splash plays right now, but unfortunately, it's the other team that's getting them.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Brady. And he'll get that to Fournette, complete. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Here's Brady. And he fires one, but incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple of big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. And the Packer drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Logan Ryan. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
Fournette, a 1st down carry, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Big Kenny Clark that time pushing upfield to make the tackle for loss.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Brady going to throw. And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucs. Mike Evans. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Bucs have got it back to within a score. Extra point put through by Succop. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. Now it's Ryan Succop on after the touchdown to kick it away. From his end zone, it's Corey Ballantyne. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the... And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Rodgers, 3 first-half touchdown passes. And the Packers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Boy, CD, what a way to score. You want to talk about a roller coaster of emotions. They got the big play, then they cough it up. It seems to be disastrous, but his teammate is there to scoop it and score it.
Not much else I can add to that, partner. I'll just say one thing. We just saw momentum swing several times on one play.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Throwing now is Brady. And this one caught by Cameron Brain. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Up the gut, Fournette. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. From just shy of midfield, Brady. That's complete. It's Chris Godwin. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 38-yard line. 14 yards that time for number 14.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Brady. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
As defensive coordinators around the league tell me all the time, that throw is not for every quarterback because you've really got to drive the ball downfield. It's going to be a tight window for him to fit that one into. In this case, unsuccessfully.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Shotgun give to Fournette. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Now Brady. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And the Packers will take over here at their own 12-yard line.
And when a team advances as far as they did, got over the 50-yard line, don't you think that drive deserved a better ending? I think he needs to get with his coaches on the sidelines, make some immediate adjustments, and that's what you do. You don't wait. You do it from series to series because drives like that end with a turnover.
And he fires one that's intercepted. It's Devin White, the linebacker. It's such a costly interception, nearly a pick six, but now they're so close they are knocking on the door for a touchdown.
And I never want to get on any team for being aggressive because that's part of what their makeup is, and oftentimes it's successful. But in this case, you've got to be selective about it and make sure you take care of the football. That interception almost cost them 6 points. Now their defense has to run onto the field, probably giving the quarterback a few side eyes along the way. They've got to see if they can stop a score.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. Now they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Brady now to throw. And in for the Buccaneers touchdown. Chris Godwin, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Bucs have cut it back within a score. Extra point try now for Succop. He's got it, and they're back within a touchdown at 28-21. Succop on after the touchdown to kick it away.
And Ballantyne going to sit on this one. That'll be a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
And they work this well upfield across the 45.
Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now Rodgers. Over the middle, complete. That's Lewis.
And he will have a first down as they're into field goal range now at the 30.
Rodgers again now. That's going to be caught. Touchdown, Packers. 4 touchdown passes now for Aaron Rodgers.
And the Packers will extend their lead here just before halftime.
Extra point up and good by Crosby. And the lead now up to 14.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it. First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Cover!
The final shot before half for Brady. Airing this one out for Evans. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. So this a 2-possession ball game as we get back underway, set for the 3rd quarter. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And not a great return here. He'll make it back only to the 10-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gap.
He's got a man, complete. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Fournette running out of the gun.
And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line. 55 rushing yards, rushing on 12 carries for him now.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hey, 66. Pack it.
Brady. And Brate, the tight end's got it.
And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Let's go up. Go, 66. Hey.
Into the red zone, it's Brady. And Brady going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Devondre Campbell, the linebacker, picks it.
And the Packers are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line.
So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
A stop made defensively by Mike Edwards.
In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense.
And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. It's Devin White, the linebacker. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD.
So that potentially a turning point here this 3rd quarter. A 2-score lead down to 1 now following the pick 6.
And that had to be the message at halftime for this defense. Delivered and accepted. We need to go out there and make something happen.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Valentine opting not to return it, and his guys will have it at the 25.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. And this one is incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
On 2nd and 10, Rodgers. That's complete right side to Lazard. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 26. Here's Rodgers. Flushed out right. Caught on the right side by Jones.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. Sliding out of the pocket. And he wisely will throw that one away.
That's good decision-making right there. Understood down and distance. Knew it wasn't third down, and he still had another opportunity to earn the first down. Good job throwing it away and avoiding an interception.
To throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers, touchdown! Aaron Rodgers on fire, his 5th touchdown pass of the ball game, as his guys are able to extend their lead. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the 3rd quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in the second half.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Brady airing this one out for Evans. And got his man complete. The 20. And in for the Buccaneers touchdown. Mike Evans. He has career touchdown number 78, tying in with both Eddie George and Frank Gifford on the all-time list.
And the Bucs are back within a score.
Extra point up and good by Suckup. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. Now it's Ryan Suckup on after the touchdown to kick it away.
And Ballantyne going to sit on this one. That'll be a touchback.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
Still enjoying the lead here in the 3rd quarter despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now they'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive.
Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive.
Well, this has been all that we'd hoped for. 2 of the game's all-time great QBs slugging it out in a one-score game here in the second half. 1st and 10.
To throw, it's Rodgers.
This is caught. It's Christian Watson.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. And now the Bucs deciding to take a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. From the gun, it's Rodgers. He finds Watson. It's caught. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. It'll be first and goal when we come back. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Rodgers to throw once more. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. Shaquille Barrett put that sack by his name in the stat sheet. So first down went in the wrong direction. They're at the 13-yard line. Here's second and goal. On play action. Now Rodgers escaping the pressure right. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Mercedes Lewis from 13 yards out. And the Packers look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. And oh, it's blocked. Picked up by the offense. This is a live ball. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the fourth quarter. This drive becomes very critical. Brady's throw here into the hands of Jones. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
On first down, Brady.
Complete right side to Otten.
So he'll be stopped here for no gain, and that'll make it second down.
Alpha. 72. Fire. 72.
Now Brady.
Finding Otten once more. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
That's a good-looking play to me. The big tight end on a crossing route coming underneath. Sometimes he can gain some serious momentum going forward, can he?
Yeah, he can indeed, and pretty well executed there. The Bucs on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
Hey, 166. Hey, check it.
Again, it's Brady. And that is incomplete.
Whether that's a little grabbing, a little hand fighting, by any means necessary on third down, he was able to get the job done in the secondary and swat that one away.
Hey, set.
Now Brady got to have this one. Steps away to his left. Now he'll turn and throw deep back to the other side of the field. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys, they've been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the...
Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play, and he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He'll get this to Lazard. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll bring up 4th down. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Pulled in at the 24. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 13 yards the tally on the return there. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. Meanwhile, Brady's throw on target to Godwin here. They'll try the right side here with Fournette. 60 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 25-yard line. Throwing now is Brady. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Brady. And brought in by Braid. Touchdown! Cameron Braid, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Buccaneers have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And the lead will shrink to 6. It's Ryan Suckup on after the touchdown to kick it away.
This taken in at the goal line.
Anytime you feel the kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
And this one now not quite over yet. Still 2 timeouts remaining defensively. And, boy, having that third timeout would have really helped here.
And another example of why coaches really stress saving your timeouts for when you absolutely have to have them. They go over this all the time. Here's one of those situations.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Rodgers to throw. He's got a man complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Big gains in succession. Last one was over 20. This one over 30.
We spent a lot of time talking about what's going on the field. How about off the field with the evaluation? And they spent a lot of time saying, we've got to get a rookie in here who has big playability. And that's exactly what we're seeing here early in his career.
Drafted him in the spring. Here he is early in the fall making an impact. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining. Now Rodgers. He'll complete this one to Watson. And he's brought down, but he has it down to the 12 on a pickup of 12. 1st and 10.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Rodgers looking to throw. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. 7th play of this drive coming up, and a long way to go on 3rd down.
Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout. But instead, they needed every single one of those in this close, high-scoring affair.
And Brandon, I'm still on the edge of my seat after that one, because when you have that much scoring and it still comes down to one possession game at the end, that's not something we see very often. And in this case, these offenses, they brought it. The defenses, they're going to need some work going forward.
So for the Packers, they get back in the win column as they move to 2-1 now on the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the New England Patriots. Meanwhile, for the Bucs, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll get a home date next week against the Kansas City Chiefs.